Brrr. She's cold out there this morning, boys. Oh, cold, windy, crappy, and some more snow squallies coming. And I might get a hair a little bit tonight, 1 to 3 centimeter. Oh man, I don't know. This winter, I think I might move to Florida. Okay, that's settled. Alright, well, the first shot I shot you there was first thing in the morning, and now I got kind of screwed up with my funeral kind of stuff today. They told me the wrong time. So anyways, now we've got minus 12. Feels like minus 23, I'll tell you that. And it's 2:30 in the afternoon. So, I don't got a whole lot of time, but I don't really got a whole lot to do here either, okay, now we're going to pull this guy apart a little more here, try to get this piston out of here and have a look at the rings. I'm going to show you if you were going to repair this, if the cylinder's okay. You don't know if that had a, oh yeah, it has a sleeve in it, I think, so you could replace that, but I mean, by the time you do that, you might as well just buy a whole new, what they call a short block, which is sort of basically what you see here kind of thing. Okay, so that looks to be the connecting rod there, about a 3/8 of an inch. I thought I had my 3/8 down here. Okay. Well, I do now. So yeah, this is all, there's no metric on these ones. What is that actually? That may not be it. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's no metric on these guys. They're just all the older SAE. Try to get you guys in a fairly decent spot here. Okay. I don't even know if I can get on here with this. Well, that didn't work quite as planned. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to need a socket. And I like to use shorter 1/4 inch. That's a little better. Okay. Oh, man. Really? Oh, that's a frickin' foul point. Well, that's no good. That's what the heck? Hang on, boys. I'll find her here in a sec. Probably looking right at the silly thing. Okay, we got our 12.38. I didn't even look at that. This should work better. Yep. Well, those were good and tight. I'm telling you that one. Okay, let's move this around a bit. Somewhere there, maybe. Oh. So yeah, they told me. They told me when they ordered this opening that it was an 11 o'clock service. Okay. So that usually means they'll be here between 12, 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock at the latest. Well, I'm waiting, and then I'm like, okay, no vault is showing up yet. It was like 11 o'clock, 10 after 11, no vault. I'm like, okay, maybe I better give a call here. So I called the vault guys, and I'm like, you guys have got a vault coming here today, right? Oh yeah. I'm like, well, the service is at 11, you know. He's like, oh yeah, but it's at 2 o'clock graveside. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, they're having a lunch first. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, really? This motor was just about toast anyways, boys. Show you why in a sec here. She was starting to melt down, and it was starting to spin from lack of lubrication on that. That's not too good. Now, I'd be interested to see if there's any transfer to the connecting, or the, what am I talking about here? Can't get that out. Okay, let's just pull that to the side for now. Yeah, that's almost like it's ran a bit without any oil, so that's not sort of too good. The other side looks a little spun too, so that's not too good. Okay, so technically if we push, out she comes like a rocket. Okay, piston is out. And that actually flew way over here. Ran right into the tripod dewey. So piston doesn't actually look too bad. There's a little scoring on the skirt here, but overall, oh, there's a little bit there too. Oops, sorry. That's not sort of too good. Now, this could be rebuildable. It does have a sleeve in it. It's got a cast iron sleeve in here, so from the repetitive goings up and downs with, you know, the piston all the time, the rings actually will wear off and wear a fine layer off the walls of the cylinder here too. So it actually looks like it wasn't sealing too bad. I'm looking here and I don't see anything really going past. So it might have just been starting to go, but that's really not good that it's spun that on there. That's really not good. And let's just pull the block away for a sec. This is, it's not too bad here either. Sometimes the stuff will get transferred from the heat onto the nice smooth surface here, and then you got to try to get all that off. I've had to do that before. You use muriatic acid and it actually dissolves through the aluminum, slowly but surely. And that's how you kind of get her off. So yeah, that actually is not looking super too bad. Now this has got the rings I'm used to, where it's like one big ring on it, and not like a thing in the middle and then two tiny little skinny separate rings, which were like the little guys we had apart there. Now I do have a ring removing tool. Oh boy, I think these are actually wore out. That shouldn't really have come off that easy. But anyways, now I don't know the specs on this engine, as in what, I'll show you in a sec here. Okay, so there's the two compression rings off. Now this is a little more what I'm used to for an oil scraping ring, which actually looks like it was still working pretty good. And there's this little spring dewey there. Just maybe that'll come off too, yeah. And there's your piston stripped. Now, if you knew the spec, if your cylinder hasn't gone what they call an egg-shaped, it's perfectly round, which this one probably still is. My one hit and miss, it's quite bad. Yeah, it's got quite an egg to it. But how the frig do you ever fix that now? Okay, so with her nice and clean, what you do is when you put it back in your engine, we're just going to slide her back in, just kind of bare. You would get your feeler gauges, and wherever it's sitting there, you'd measure this gap. Now, if that gap's too big, that means she's wore out, or if it's smoking, of course. Now, if this goes in, down to roughly where it sits, I think this thing actually might be a little eggy. Now, I'm not perfectly getting that bang on there, but basically, you would measure what they call the ring gap, which, ooh, trying to focus it here for you. Okay, hang on. Okay, so that sort of focus in there. That gap there, you would measure that, and that actually is probably out of spec a little bit. Now, I might not have her bang on perfect in there, but oops, sorry. But that's basically what you would measure, is that gap between the two there. They should pretty much almost touch when it goes back together. So this one is wore out a little bit. It's not super awesome great. Now, these other ones, same deal. You kind of want to clean them up a bit first before you stick them back in. And I'll just put them in. These would run closer to the top. Now these ones are a little bit stiffer. Woo. I almost think that thing has gone eggy shaped. But it's hard to really tell now. Where did this gap go here? Got it all messed up here. Okay, so something like that. So this is your compression rings. So they're probably not actually too bad yet. Oops, sorry. They're probably not too bad yet. Might be out a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, let's yank these out. Clean this other guy up quick here, and we'll stick him in. Now, another problem too you can come into with, I never actually looked at it too closely here. It's actually not too bad. I'll show you that in a second, but let's stick this ring back in here. And that would probably be closer up to there somewhere. Now, I don't, of course, have the proper tool to actually push it down straight. I mean, you could probably get it a little bit with the piston here. But, how's the gap on that one? That one's getting kind of crappy-ish, too. It's not super. It's not super. There. It's not too bad, though. So this might have ran a little more yet, but like I say, the snowblower part of it finally just wore out. So, you know, I think that was the life expectancy of them things anyway. So another thing you need to watch for is a buildup of carbon, which is like this crud in behind the rings. That's really not good. This one actually looks really clean. It's really not too bad. I've seen them where, like, my hit and miss, it was horrible. It took me like 4 hours to clean the thing, because you can't just throw that in a sandblaster and drive on, you know. So that's interesting that that thing was kind of sort of spun. It's not super too good. That's from lack of lubrication, which I was always good at keeping lots of oil in them, so I don't know. Interesting. Alright, now we'll see what we can do for getting the valves out of here, and that's going to be smaller than a 3/8, isn't it? Yes, it is. I do have a screwdriver here, though. Now, inside of this little cover, there's like a breather thing. That's what this tube is. Nowadays, they run the tube like back into the carburetor in the engine, so it burns up all that, you know, stuff like these guys here. So this tube here is actually should go back into the carburetor there, like these ones they suck a bit of the stuff and then it back in and then it burns it up again, right? So it doesn't just vent it. But I think even, well, I guess all the overheads do that. But anyways, there's the cover off. Not looking too bad. And it's interesting, there's a little screen guy in here. Keep some of the crud out, I guess. It's a pretty coarse screen, but I guess once it gets a bit of oil through it, it's good. And this should pop right out of here. This should. You know what should said. There. So that pops out, and then that's part of the breather thing, so you know it doesn't blow oil right out the side of the engine. So inside of here, nightmare to get these valves out. I mean, you can do it with a screwdriver if you could get these in the right spot and then pull out that little keeper, but getting it back in is a complete nightmare. I've done her before, and that's why, So technically we should be able to put this on here, and this pushes down on the valve, so the valve won't move on you. Jump in here for a sec. Okay. Sure, I got you in a good spot here. And I think that's all good in there. So we crank this down. She starts pulling the valve, or the spring. That. Interesting, I thought I might have done it a little more than that. So now what the fun part is, you got to get in here still. Try to find your keepers, or might be it actually right there. Nope. Of course I can't see in there because it's dark and stuff. Quite a spring on them guys. Yeah, that's why I don't like these types of engines like this. I like the overhead valves are really nice. Well, that should. It might have just flipped off. Yes, it did. I might have the wrong size. I've got this other arm on here, right? So can't really see the stupid keepers in there though. Oh, it might have actually just done it itself. Okay, well, technically we should be able to. Pull the valve out like that. So there's your valve, and they're actually looking not too bad. Sorry, they're not actually looking too bad. Now you want to look under here too and see the shininess there. If there's anything that's gone dark down through, then she's not sealing right up here on the seat, they call it. Where this is the other part here, and the valve seats down onto there. So that's actually got a good seal on her there. So that was good. Now this stupid thing here is still kind of... There we go. Okay, so now where did that keeper go? There it is. That's not the keeper. What the heck is this? Where'd my keeper go? Well, so that is it. Sort of different. Don't think that is it though. No, that's... Oh, I see. They've got a little bit different setup with these ones. Sometimes this one's like the actual cap, so sort of like the overhead valves, which is good. I think that went like that. And then that thing just clips in and around. Makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm looking for... They look exactly like this valve. Hang on, let me get it all apart here again. They look exactly like this valve here, but there's two like half half circle things that kind of fit right in there, and then once you let the spring down, then she's on. So technically, if I can see which way this one's turned, you should be able to just flick it out, but that's not really the best way to be doing that. So which means this isn't really the best tool for it. That didn't work too well. So you can't tell which way that thing's pointing, or you could just, you know, turn it, snap it off. There you go. I don't think this is the super best high quality tool I got here either. I can't remember where I got this one now. But maybe overside here a second. See under here where she's going. Looks like that might be actually almost it. Nope. Missed her. Missed her! That is it though. We did get her there. Okay, so that one's out. Oh, see? Deweys. Deweys. Okay, well, I'm not really saving this, so. But anyways, there's your... That was the exhaust valve we just did there. It's not super bad. It might have been almost needing a little bit of a valve job on it. Up in here, yeah, she's not super shiny or clean, so it's gonna, you know, build up stuff there. It's gonna build up stuff there and then start leaking. So when it's supposed to be closed, it's actually getting held up a little bit higher than it should be. And it's not going to be running as efficiently as it could be, so that could be part of the problem why it's black as the ace of spades there too, but I don't really know. I think it's more or less the carburetor on these things were pretty chintzy. You know, the whole thing was, I guess, good for its day, but compared to what they do have out now, yeah, huge difference. Well, there's only one other thing I want to maybe take off this old girl, and that's this little piece of 3/8" pipe here. It's, you know, pretty handy. Some engines don't come with them, and this one did. So that was for draining the oil out. Oh, come on, really? Draining the oil out over the frame of the snowblower. And I don't know, it might be still good for a little something. Got a nice cap on the end of her. The rest of her, going in there. No use for it. Scrap. Scrap. That's actually probably about a $60, $70 thing there, but scrap. She's done her service. It's done me well. It's gonna get a one-way trip to the scrap pile. Somebody suggested last night, put it back together and just run it with no oil and blow it up and then see what happens. Well, yeah, that would have been cool, but I got a problem with, there's no bowl on the carburetor or any of the jets or anything, so she wouldn't have ran anyway. She is toasted. Don't think they're going to want an old gasket in the call it, so we'll have to forget about that. Now, the only thing I am going to keep maybe is this muffler, because I know it was friggin' expensive and it's actually in really good shape still. And you can always use a fuel tank for something. Just got a Dewey there, you know, you fill her up and stuff there. That's pretty handy to keep around. And just for fun, I might hang on to the piston and the crankshaft here. Why? I don't know. I don't know. You know. You see the outside of an engine lots, but you don't generally see, like, the internals will say very much, so that'd be kind of neat, a little Dewey, you know, to keep around or whatever. It'll probably end up getting just fired out anyways, but I'll just get fed up of her sitting there and just harf it. Harf it. There. Uh-oh. I put it on wrong. Maybe I'll just loosen it off a bit. There. So there we go. You know, you could use her for weightlifting if you wanted to. Probably should throw the nut on there too, just for fun. Oh, we got that this crap over here too to get rid of. This Dewey. This thing that weighs about 60 pounds. Oh, yeah. And I think that is the engine entirely. Oh, no, wait a minute. Our homemade air filter and Dewey. Gone! And yeah, you know, I guess I don't really need to keep a piston in the heck with it. Scrapped. Well, anyways, I guess that's it for that. So tomorrow, I guess we better start tearing into fixing our lights on the big tractor. And that's a little headlight switch. Lots of spades, lots of weird angles. Man. And this one's, well, same direction, but all over the place. Don't make it simple-ish, do they? And I did get some extra bulbs just in case, you know, for all they're worth. What the heck, I got them here if I need them. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll probably get into that because I don't think I need this machine tomorrow, so I might, well, probably got enough room to work on it there. I really don't want to have to pull it outside because it's supposed to be even colder tomorrow out there. That's really going to suck. That's probably going to work all right. Now getting this crap apart might not be fun because they put these types of heads on these guys with just like a 10 mil nut underneath. Yeah, not much fun. So maybe I should get under here and find them all. There's one there. There's probably one here, yeah. Oh, where the heck is that one under there? It's like buried under something else. That's weird. And then there's probably another 18 of them. One there. I don't remember what's in there, but basically this whole entire console has to come off. Yeah. That's usually not a whole lot of fun. But anyways, I'll give them maybe a spray tonight and I'll let them sit and juice overnight. Well, I thought I'd just try one. Sure enough, get to the end. Snap! That's kind of okay in a way because I wouldn't mind replacing these with some kind of regular bolt anyways, because this, I guess, is good when they're new, but try to get these off now. These kind of head on them. Frickin' nightmare. But anyways, that was this one here. So I did spray the rest of them. I'll let them sit overnight. We'll see how we make out tomorrow. I don't know. Not going to be too much fun, but if they break off, at least they come off easy. I can replace them with new ones. They look like maybe a 1/4-inch bolt or something. I don't know, tiny. But having a bolt head on the top and the bottom would be a lot easier to get them off, that's for sure. Alright, let's start off on the lower level here. Looks like someone ate half the chocolate. Actually, let's start. Yeah, that one's good. We'll start with this guy. Alright. Oh, it's already broken into. Oh, nice. Okay. Whoop, it's alright. I lost you. There we go. Okay, what did we get? Oh, I know what this is. I think we already might have some of these. These things were tricky to put together too, but yeah, so we've already got, I think that's the same deal. If you remember back to that. Yes, it is. Another one of them ball things. That's kind of cool. Now, you stand up there. Good, stay. Gotta figure out how these went together now. I think they... it's one of them trick things, right? There's some, probably done it wrong already, but what are they saying here? Yeah, I think I've done it wrong. Oh, I've got a different color one too. Different color greens. Well, we'll just keep snapping stuff here. Maybe it'll all work out in the end. That one there. And it's gonna work. It's gonna work. That one. Holy cow. Man, it's just plastic. Really? That one. That one. And that one. There we go. So, what other colors? Where did I put that other one? It was right here. Oh, up here. So, interesting. This must be a different set or something because I don't have this color listed on here. Sort of a gray and a dark blue. Interesting. Oh well. That's kind of cool. They're sort of kind of the same, a little different here and there, but actually this one feels more rubbery, this one feels more solid. So maybe it is a different set, maybe a different series, I don't know. Pretty cool. But anywho, that's it for today. We're gonna head her out. We'll call her a day and stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna do some work on that John Deere, see if we can get those lights to work again. It's in here I don't kind of need it, but if that thing was being used like on the highway or the street or something, you definitely need the lights working. So, but I do actually use them quite a bit because people will seriously pull right up to you and just like, are you gonna move and stuff, or are you gonna move out of my way? If you put the lights on, it's like totally different. It's weird. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow and have a good night. Just before we go, I actually got a letter in today. I actually got 2 letters here. This come all the way from... oh, it's in the States. Okay. By the looks of the envelope, it looked like it come from England. But anyways, so this is from Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, I got your letter today. And he is asking me, I'm going to read the letter out. I'm not going to show you the letter because it's got some, email and stuff on it that he probably wouldn't want broadcasted to everybody. So he says, "Hi Bill, enjoyed your series on building a trailer. He says, as I am retired, I want to do some trailer building for myself and have the time now." Good for you, buddy. I'm glad you have the time. I don't have hardly any time here, but especially in the summertime. But anyways, It says, build number 6, you started to install the hinges on the body. He says, I've tried to find some hinges like you have, but can't find them at a trailer store or internet. Are these hinges made only in Canada? Could you tell me where I could get some? I will give you your email address. Okay, the hinges, if you're meaning for the trailer box to attach to the trailer frame that pivot up and down and dump, I actually made all those. The only thing I did purchase was the pins and what the heck would you call those things? It's the round thing that's been drilled out that the pin goes in. It's basically for hydraulic cylinder stuff. I got those at Princess Auto. The rest of it I fabricated all by myself. Made all the hinges and stuff up for that. It's more like a pin hinge, I guess. Now, if you're referring to the hinges that are on the tailgate, that mount the tailgate to the box of the trailer, I just got those at Home Depot. Weld them on, bend them around, weld them on, away they went. So, but yeah, the hinges, like the big, huge, heavy-duty hinges that mount the box to the frame of the trailer, I basically built those and got the other bits from Princess Auto. Now, if you're in the States, you might have to go to like a machine shop guy or something to get him to make you some. Depending on what you're wanting to do with this trailer, if it's going to be super heavy duty, like the big ones like I made, those were like an inch, I think, no, they're 1.25 inch pin, I think they were, so they're pretty heavy-ish duty, you know, for that little guy. But that's the way I made her. I wanted her not to fall apart, you know. So I hope that answers your question. And the other one I got here is from a very young viewer. He's actually younger than Dylan by the looks of things. Let's see here. This is from Caden. And he's drawn me a wicked picture of the John Deere backhoe. That's awesome, buddy. That is awesome. You got everything in the exact perfect spot, too. That is absolutely perfect. And he sent a little letter. He says, Dear BILLSTMAXX, how's it going? I am a big fan. Ooh, let me zoom in a bit. Big fan. Please don't stop making your videos. You have the best YouTube channel ever. Please say hi to Dylan for me. Could you please send me 2 BILLSTMAXX stickers and John Deere stickers? I don't actually have any stickers right now at all. My computer is sitting here that runs my program for my plotter, my vinyl cutter, and it's kind of having some issues now. I was trying to find an updated version of my cutting program. It's all buried under this thing right now, under my shirt and stuff. It's all under here. An updated version, because this program I'm using for my vinyl cutting won't actually cut on anything higher than Vista. Windows Vista. So Windows 7, nope. Windows 8, definitely nope. And yeah. Oh, pardon me. So that kind of sucks. I do apologize for that. I'd like to get some more stickers, but I'm going to have to see if I can really tenderly resurrect this guy and get him going again. He's something's still a bit screwy with him. I don't know what. It was taking about I think we timed it at about 12 to 15 minutes to boot up. And I'm like, well, what's going on here? Something's definitely not right. So, okay, saved everything. Once I got in, I saved everything. And what did I do? Saved everything. I reinstalled the Windows right back to factory spec, and I think it got it down to like 8 minutes. So it's like, this thing, like when it was fresh new, like from new, it was like maybe 20 seconds. It was either into Windows working, you know. So I don't know what's going on, if maybe the hard drive's gone out of her or something's screwing up or what, but it's not looking too good. And trying to find a computer that has Windows, like Vista 64, I think this was, not good. And the new program, if you can buy the new programs, but the new program is about $2,300, believe it or not, for a sign cutting program. So not looking too good. So yeah, Caden there, 8 years old. Holy crap, bud. That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't believe the awesome picture you did too. That's super sweet. You even got all the deweys on the back here and everything. Thumbs on there. Holy crap. That is super awesome. Super, super awesome. So, I'm going to have to try to work on this computer, like I say, try to get her resurrected, I guess you would call it. It's not looking too good though, but it's either that or you can do it a different way to get the program. Okay, so when you buy the plotter was, I think, about $800, $900 maybe when I bought this plotter. Come with the program, which was good. Now it's only a light version, but I mean really 98% of the stuff I don't need in it anyways, right? So the only way you could do it is if you bought a new plotter and got the newer program with it, but I already got one plotter sitting over here, which wasn't a super good one. It had a memory issue, and I asked the guy where I bought it from many times. No, it should be fine. It should be fine. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I actually went down one day, and he's like, oh, we've got these new ones here. The old ones had memory problems. I'm like, really? No kidding. So what would happen is you'd plot out a big project. So I'm going to cut BILLSTMAXX that I want it to be like 4 feet wide and like a foot tall, okay? That's quite a bit of cutting from the machine. It would get about halfway, all of a sudden, right across the page. Totally screw up, wreck the whole entire project. It has wrecked many, many projects, so that's why I ended up going with a different one when Buddy told me, oh yeah, it's got memory problems. I'm like, I told you that like 10 times. It's running out of memory. It only stores so much of that project into the memory, and then it just don't know what to do, takes right off. Burnt up a lot of vinyl on me too. It probably cost me, lost time, lost vinyl. If you're working on a big project, it probably cost me maybe $1,000 in wasted vinyl. Really wasn't happy with that. So this one, when I was using here, so far it was good. It was fine. So it, I done lots of big projects, and if you want, say, BILLSTMAXX in like 3-inch, let's say 1.5 inches tall by 7 or 8 inches long, you want 15 of them. That's a lot of cutting, you know. It does it all, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then until you get to whatever number you set it at. Burnt right through that, no problem. You know, or this one here, it might have done 3 or 4. Just go right across the whole thing and wreck it. So that, or it would just start feeding her like crazy, and you know, because it feeds it off the roll, just then you got the whole roll of vinyl out on her floor. That was not good. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna try to get some stickers made up again here, but I can't promise anything because I don't know if this computer is gonna hang on too much longer. So that's the downfall. But anyways. Thanks for your letters. Hopefully you can figure out what you're going to do with those hinges if you're building a trailer. But if you know somebody with like a fairly decent metal lathe, they could make those for you easy too. You know, just put some stock in there, turn it down, or you could just get some 1.5 inches and just get some 1.5 inches for your bar, and then maybe like 1 3/4, maybe 2 inch, something like that for the outside. Just get them to drill the 1 1/4 hole in it, you know, put it on the lathe and drill it if they got a decent lathe. You need a pretty good lathe for that. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow, and we'll be tearing into the old John Deere.